Welcome everybody to Compas on the Beat. It's your favorite Compas, and we are back with another edition of Compas on the Beat. On today's episode, we are hoping to have former Charger Lorenzo Neal. Yesterday he was dealing with some family issues. Hopefully he jumps on today. We'll know a little bit more during the show. We'll let you guys know. But obviously, we'll get into our usual stuff. Burial of the week, una más. Victor, producer Dan and Dago, hopefully will jump on. But that reminds me, Hilberto, don't you have a question for our viewers and or listeners?
Yes, I do, Fernando. And I'm going to say this question is from Victor, producer Victor Corona, because I don't care about baseball, but apparently it's opening day. Does Shohei Ohtani going to be available? I don't know, but it's going to be opening day.
What do you bet? You bet he'll be available or not?
Yeah, you can't bet, man. Come on. What is opening day, Victor? Maybe you could give me is it Thursday? Give me a thumbs up.
Thursday, yep.
Okay, all right, there you go. So the engagement question of the week. Simple. Which team or who is going to win the World Series? Give me your prediction. World Series. It's going to be the Dodgers, the villains there that Victor mentioned. Maybe the Angels out of nowhere because Shohei's gone. They have to deal with all the cameras and the gambling and all that, whatever. But give us your predictions. Maybe give us two teams. Obviously, American League, National League. That's how they do it, right, Fernando? I don't know much about baseball, but American versus National League. Give us your prediction for the World Series and then your winner in the live chat or in the replay video. If you're on audio, Spotify, and Apple, thank you. Rate and review. Get over to YouTube because we always cater more. Sorry, we're gonna get better. I keep saying that. So get to the video portion of Compas on the Beat. Give us your prediction. All good things, Mr. Marshawn Lynch.
That's
a great picture. Atlanta Braves is supposedly the pick here, so we got one on the board. Thank you for the prediction right there.
Athir, stop. You already got the Super Bowl wrong, and you're about to get the World Series wrong. So wow. I know who not to go for or who to say is going to win.
That's a good choice. Wait, I don't even know. Are the Yankees still good? They feel like they're always good.
They got Juan Soto. They have
right.
Stanton. They have the only thing is I think one of their pitchers, Garrett Cole, might be hurt. So yeah, I keep up with it somehow, some way. I'll be there on Thursday actually at Petco Park covering the opening day. But I'll be more on the Giants side, trying to see what Bob Melvin and like Blake Snell and those guys have to say. Former Padres, now Giants, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, I guess opening day is a big deal. I mean,
it is.
I know. I know. I'm just giving
I care about opening day. I watched that one game. I don't know when it is. It used to be in April, not in March, apparently, but in late March. And then I care. Maybe I go to the ballpark once or twice in May and June, have a beer, and I'll care in October again.
What's up with the traffic going up to Chavez Ravine? It's bad, isn't it? Or getting out?
It is pretty bad. But if you park on the street, like on the side streets, Academy, I shouldn't give away the secrets, but I like that better. It sucks they have to walk up but you don't have to pay for parking and you get out pretty easier. So, yeah.
What's worse, Kansas City or Chavez Ravine?
In terms of baseball
parking situation or no parking situation.
I've never been to a Royals game.
No, my bad. I meant Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs. You know how there's times where you have to go down that hill and then
not that bad because at least with Dodgers, it's kind of you see one hill, it's concrete, and you go all the way up, and then you kind of it's a walk. I'll say that. But with the Chiefs, I remember there's a massive hill, and it's not you know how you start you don't start at the bottom of the hill and you work your way up. Yeah. That one you start at the top of a hill. So you're kind of going down a slope.
That's
and
true.
It could be cold, it could be muddy, it could be snowing. So that's always been in terms for NFL beat reporters, when you talk to people, they always say Arrowhead Stadium is kind of the worst one to go. If you go for an Uber or a drop off, that's the worst. If you get lucky to get a parking spot and you get the park up top, it's okay.
I remember when we went, I just told the Uber driver, you just keep on going. He's like, but what if they tell him? I was like, no, you just keep on going, dude. And he kept on going. He was huh?
No, that's the worst because a lot of them don't want to take the chance. They don't want to get traffic.
So and he was able to take us all the way in. So I was like, all right, cool. Because most people will not. Athir, I did reach out to her. She said she'd get back to me later. So some people have busy days. So I'll try and get that answer for you about the show. But yeah, no, make sure you guys check that out. We talked to Haley Elwood a couple of days ago or last week, and a very good interview. So make sure you guys check it out for all the latest. She obviously got to sit down with Jesse Minter and Greg Roman and Ryan Ficken. So it would have been interesting if she got to talk to Ryan Ficken now with all the rule changes and everything that have happened in the NFL. What way he's looking at the way of attacking with
Well, I
tough
guess they
rule.
talked to Jim Harbaugh before the rules were changed, but it'd be
Yeah.
interesting to hear their opinion.
When we showed those videos yesterday when Dan and Dago was on and they were talking to Jim Harbaugh and everything, he's just such a different like cat or whatever. Like he's just so speaking of cats, Athir has Lions versus Bengals. Cincinnati wins it.
We asked your World Series prediction, not Super Bowl LV.
Well, he
I
already gave
I forget what it is.
he already gave his World Series one,
Yeah.
but
No.
now he's giving up his now
What's
he's
up,
giving
James?
What's up, James? Corey, how are you doing? But yeah. Oh, you know what? I haven't done this in a while. And I guess it's because like the live is kind of like we've gone kind of a different route with the live. So I'm just gonna say happy birthday, bro. What's up, bro?
You didn't even give me a proper "What's up, bro?" Yeah, you just kind of
I
went into the
know. I haven't
promo. I
done it in
mean,
a
no,
while, but
we went to the
obviously,
intro and then we went to the engagement question, and then
yeah. Obviously, we are here celebrating Gilbert's birthday. It is his birthday. Make sure you guys drop happy birthday to Gilbert in the chat. Somebody wants to buy him a beer. Why don't you? What is it
yeah,
now?
why not?
$10. I don't drink. So yeah, if anybody wants to get him a beer,
Park is gonna cost you like $30. So
so
don't do that. But yeah.
so I have to ask. Obviously, it's your birthday and everything, but I have to ask you. Okay, so Caroline got somebody to wish you a happy birthday.
Oh yeah,
Who
she
was
did.
that?
That is if you watch Kim's Convenience or if you watch the latest Avatar on Netflix, the live action Avatar,
Mm.
he's one of the main characters. But if Kim Convenience, he is like the dad. They call him Appa. So yeah, that was it was funny because yeah, she got me two cameos, and obviously like they're a little pricey, so you kind of got to pick and choose who you really want.
Yeah, no
And
shit.
so Appa was a good one because I'm like we've been watching the show. We've watched it like 3 or 4 times, kind of through the series. They're quick episodes, like 20 minute, kind of like your throwback sitcom. That I think you would like it, Fernando, if you watch it. I think they're based in Canada, but it's a Korean family. Yeah,
Oh,
thank
my
you.
bad.
Appreciate that. All good things. It is my 18th birthday, so yeah, that was a good video. And then he started doing the voice too. He's probably thinking like, "Oh crap, I gotta
Bro,
do the
the
voice
voice had
again."
me dying.
He's probably thinking, "Damn, well, I gotta do the voice again." But he did it, and that was awesome. And then the other one, it's funny because like she knows that I love watching Seinfeld and Friends, so she got me somebody who's been in an episode of both of those shows. So I can't remember the guy's name. And when she showed me the cameo, I thought we were like on a live Zoom. I'm like, what the hell was talking to me right now? Like, who's this person? And then I realized, oh crap, it's a cameo. And do you watch Friends, Fernando?
I have seen it before. Daniel most will like it.
I have you do you remember the episode where Monica gets hired at a new restaurant and they're all mean to her? So she hires Joey to like kind of pretend to stand up to her, and she fires him on the spot to set the tone like, "Hey, don't mess with me." Well, there's a guy
No.
on the one of the cooks there from there. He calls Joey Dragon, so that's the guy who did a cameo for me too. So,
Let's see.
if you, yeah, his name is Dragon, and check your hat. He talks like that. But he's been on Seinfeld. He's been on a bunch of sitcoms, so it was cool. I'm like, hey, I know him from that episode. He's been on Everybody Loves Raymond, so I love that show too. So if I see his name, I gotta remember it. But Appa was the one that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, dude, that's
Thank
actually
you,
pretty
Ruben. Appreciate it, Ruben.
cool. Let's see. I'm trying to see if okay, I think I
James,
found
what?
the
James, why are we saying sorry for it? Did I miss something?
who?
James Wagner says, "My apologies. New to your show, old boat fan from Western Virginia. Wow, Western Virginia, doing well and and definitely grateful for the Chargers Media podcast. So excited to get to know you too. Oh, okay, cool. So, new to the
James.
show. Awesome, James. Welcome to the show here.
James, we still have a Chargers pod if that's what you're doing. Well, grateful for the Chargers media podcast. Oh, okay. I hope you do know we do have a Chargers podcast. It's me with my brother Dan and Dago. So we will be jumping on tomorrow with a special guest
Yeah.
Just nobody tell Dan and Dago because it's a secret. But we will have a special guest on tomorrow. No, it's not Lorenzo. It'll be somebody else. But make sure you guys are tuned in. I think we'll probably jump on at like 4, right around this time. But
Yeah, James. When you see Compas on the beat banner, we talk about a little bit of everything, the entire NFL, and it's some. But we do
combat
talk some
sports.
Chargers, some Rams. We talk combat sports, whatever's going on in our lives. But definitely check out What's Up Bolts with Fernando and Dan. That's a 24/7 Chargers, but we do talk Chargers here. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, all good things is not a fan.
Well, okay. Well, you do need to answer one thing. Athir, I'm going, dude. By the way, he said happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Athir. Appreciate it.
So he's asking you. I got a question. Harbaugh first year most likely to the Chargers happens 11 wins or likely happen wins 11 games. Oh, he's asking if
For
like the
defense,
offense and the defense will finish top 10 or
mm,
higher.
uh, why do I don't know. I don't want to get people too excited, but I feel like being like an efficient offense and being a good defense might
Is
take a
what
while.
they
Like
want.
they might be somewhere in the middle and it won't be quick results. But for some reason, I think just being more of a balanced attack where you're in the middle might be enough to win 10 or 11 games. It could be like if you kind of
It's
just
hard. It's hard without the draft because I think that's what they're leaning on the
yeah.
most is
But
the draft.
I just don't know if they're gonna be like a high powered offense to be top 10 or a high powered defense to be top 10. But I could definitely see good coaching mattering. Coaching matters, and then being physical, setting the tone in the trenches to lead to a surprising 10 or 11 wins. I could see that, but to be top 10 in both categories. But who wants to be top 10 when you're not winning games? So, but for me, I'm
Well,
kind
and
of
that's kind of been the thing in the past that you're like, dude, like
I was a
you
top 5
like,
in offense every year. What the hell is that gonna do for them? Nothing.
yeah. No, and we understand it here. It's definitely fourth easiest schedule, but I mean,
Yeah,
it
that's
just
another reason too. You could win those games against those bad teams,
yeah.
but you might not be the best offense or the best defense in the league.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure they're gonna count on everything else. So, but Ruben, thank you so much. He put, "Hey, you guys rock with all the podcasts you do. Hard to catch a live with you guys, but keep pumping out the fire." Hey, Ruben,
Hey,
we
thank you,
appreciate that,
Ruben.
man. Thank you
Yeah,
so
we
much.
like to do the lives, and we've been doing them lately more like at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 Eastern. But we would like doing the lives because we get to talk to people, and sometimes we kind of get away from the show structure because we're like trying to
Yeah.
answer questions. But we like this, and I think people like it back in return. I mean, when we're answering questions and keeping people involved. So, you know, Vic's a producer, but you guys too in the comments are also producing the show by helping us talk and have some good conversations.
Yeah, no, James, you're right. And that's the thing. The teams bought in. Joey Bosa said, "Hey, I'm in." Khalil Mack said, "I'm in." Other guys have said they're in. So I mean, now it's just about filling out the rest of the team. I mean, if you really look at it, they've made small contract. Like all their contracts have been small. The center that they just signed, Bozeman Gilbert, $900,000 because he's still
That was
making
it.
money
Oh
from
wow,
Carolina. He's
that's a
still
savvy,
making money
smart
from
move.
Carolina. So yeah, so I mean, that's just the thing about them is that they're gonna move a little bit differently. I'm telling you guys are gonna see a lot of different stuff. This isn't the stuff that you've been used to because I mean Tom Telesco was here for 11 years. Everything's completely changed. Everything's different. So that's why I've told everybody, even with the Keenan Allen stuff, even with everything going on, I'm like, hey, patience. Like, wait till these guys show put
Did
start
you
filling out the rest of the team.
not to cut you off, Fernando, but
No,
you see
no.
Mike Tannenbaum's latest mock draft? He had the Chargers taking Joe Alt at number 5. So
So did
and
Bucky Brooks,
yeah,
but
people keep saying like, oh, because Jim Harbaugh, they're gonna take a lineman. So
see, I think Jim would. I don't think they want to teach somebody right tackle. I think they'd rather drop back to 11 and then draft the kid from Oregon State or draft the kid a natural right tackle, not have to teach somebody
yeah,
to make that move because it's tough. I mean, it really is. And I mean, I was there with Alt at Notre Dame. I mean, I was only there for a couple months, but good guy, huge kid, a lot of hype around him. Everybody was really excited about him, especially because I think he was coming off his freshman year. So yeah, big expectations, but
the
yeah,
only
people
thing James says I prefer Fuaga from Oregon State. The only thing about that kind of fall be aware like if you pass on somebody because they've never played right tackle in college, but they're a left tackle and you need a right tackle, that's kind of a dangerous game. Why don't you rather get the best
yeah.
tackle overall? Fuaga did play right tackle, so that's why people like him right now. But they could all be good prospects. So what was it? Tristan Wirfs, like he was a
Works.
left tackle. in college, I think, and he had to play right tackle, and then he moved over to left, and he was good both sides. You never know.
Look who's here. Jorge. He'll be here in a bit. They're doing today's the last day before vacation, spring break or whatever. So he's just meeting his new football team and he's getting used to some of the players. So but he'll try. I'm sure he'll make it before we're done here, even if it's just for you to hear the glass break. I know. Just for you to hear the glass break, Jorge, I'm sure he'll be back here. By the way, I'm disappointed in Vic, the producer, right now because Athir just shouted him out, and he didn't even post put that one up. Yeah, no, we appreciate what Vic does. So yeah, Athir and Vic have a bromance going on. Because I know Athir
is the best in the world, doing a great job, my man. Compas on the beat. Awesome, especially during the NFL season. Thank you.
Yeah, because I know Athir's not the biggest Dan and Dago fan, so definitely he says he's too negative. Which team do you think says?
I would think the Rams.
The Rams.
Here, go ahead.
No. I was gonna say, let me look at the Rams opponents.
Yeah, again, all good things. Thank you for the question. Which team do you guys think has a tougher schedule, Rams or Chargers? I want to say the Rams because they don't have the last place schedule as the Chargers, but then again, it's all about their interconference and things like that. But
all right, are you ready, Gilbert?
You also don't know the order of the schedule just yet either.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
At Cardinals, Vic, can you take
you want me to start doing predictions already?
Yeah, we love doing this. Come on, get out of here.
Yeah, but you can't replay the video in September and say you said
we're
this
good.
And you said
we're
that.
Good. We're good.
So I'm doing the Rams schedule.
He can't hear you.
I'm doing the Rams schedule. Or I'm doing.
I got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the Rams schedule.
Okay,
Rams schedule. All right, at Cardinals.
W.
At Bears.
W.
At Lions rematch.
Loss.
Arizona Cardinals.
W.
San Francisco 49ers.
At or home?
No, home.
I'll give them the win. Why not?
Seattle Seahawks. Here at SoFi.
I guess it doesn't matter, but we don't even know yet. But I'll give them a loss because I think they got them twice last year.
Packers come to SoFi.
I'll say loss.
Vikings come to SoFi.
Win.
The Bills come to SoFi.
Surprising victory.
The Dolphins come to SoFi.
Surprising loss. I'm just trying to have fun with
it. No. Hey, I'm all for it. And at New England Patriots.
Win.
At New York Jets.
Win.
At San Francisco.
Loss.
At Seattle.
Loss. Damn, lost twice to the Seahawks, but whatever.
Philadelphia comes to SoFi.
Win. It's not our schedule,
Raiders at SoFi.
Win.
At New Orleans Saints.
Win.
You know what's crazy? What's the final tally, Vic?
11-6.
Oh, that sounds right.
Oh, not bad. You know what's
crazy
about that?
7-10 last year, yeah.
You know what's crazy about that? Remember last year the Chargers had really good opponents coming in. They made them more exciting. This year it's the Rams. The Rams have a lot of really good opponents coming to
get some season tickets and sell them.
Bro, you're like you have the Raider just alone off the Raider tickets.
Yeah, when you were saying that, I'm like, oh damn.
Raiders, Eagles, Dolphins, Bills, Minnesota, Green Bay, you're gonna make a crap ton of money too. And then obviously the 49ers, like that's a lot of really good teams coming. You can sell
your tickets a bit more, yeah. But I know Rams fans and Chargers fans don't want to hear people selling tickets.
I mean, exactly. Real quick, let's go through some of these real quick. All good things. I hope that was good for you. Damn right, I'm here. I ain't missing an episode for as long as this airs. I'm gonna get Compa tatted on my chest.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, we appreciate that one, Jorge. Let's see. Ruben says Nick Wright said he hopes the Bolts draft Harrison or Neighbors because he doesn't want the Chargers loading up on picks and reloading the team within a few. He doesn't want. Oh, okay. Because Nick Wright is one of these people that
he's a Chiefs fan.
Chiefs fandom comes out. So obviously, he doesn't want the Chargers to kind of get it going and everything. So yeah, I mean, I guess, but I mean, Harrison and Neighbors would kind of be a game changer for them.
You know what? By the way, and Victor asked me for a Barrier of the Week. I remember one, but I'm gonna say it here because we're talking about the schedule. The freaking NFL Christmas on a Christmas game on a Wednesday.
Hold on. I got that. I
Wednesday?
got that. I got that for you. I got that for you. I got that for you. Hold on. Give me a second. Vic, can we take the name tags and all that off, please? Watch this. So
Wednesday?
we have NFL game on the 25th, 26th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, and the 1st. So there's football.
I don't want to work on Christmas.
The whole last week of there's football on the whole last week of
Okay. I will feel better if there's no games on Christmas Eve. That's more important for us Mexicans. So there's nothing on 24th, right? Like I will stop bitching.
According to them, no. According to them, no.
They're gonna have a Tuesday game, a Tuesday night game. I'm gonna be so annoyed.
I don't think so, because supposedly the person that's gonna play on the 25th, it's a Wednesday, so they're gonna make that team play the Saturday before to make it seem like a Thursday night game. They're scrambling, but the ratings must have been
a Tuesday night game. I'm already
the ratings.
I get it. But everybody kept saying, "Oh, don't worry, like they won't do it on a Wednesday. They won't mess with it Wednesday or Tuesday. You'll be fine. Just Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every game, every day, pretty much." And now we're gonna do Wednesday, so that's it. It's gonna happen every year, Fernando.
You know what's crazy? I bet you what happened is they saw the NBA, like the NBA. It says Vegas has the Rams currently as a
non-playoff team.
Oh, Vegas has them as a non-playoff team. Interesting.
They probably have maybe 8 or 9 wins right now.
That December schedule is see. Look, Jorge's being positive about it. He said
I get it, Jorge, but I don't want to be working on a Wednesday. I want to be unwrapping my tamales, man. Come on.
Yeah, he said he'd take the 11-6 record.
Okay, all right. So there you go.
Before
the draft too.
Fear. I understand that, but I think they may save that for things. I think the Chargers are going to play on Thanksgiving night, and I think it's going to be the Harbaughs initially played. The first time they faced each other was on Thanksgiving back in 2010 or whatever. That was the first time that they faced each other. I wouldn't doubt that they do it again. They do it on Thanksgiving for them to face each other. Negativity, Nancy Gilberto.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't feel good about a Wednesday football game.
But what about the Thursday? Like Thursday, it's going to be in Kansas City of opening weekend. Then that Friday, they're in Brazil for I think it was either the Packers or whoever against the Eagles. So that's another. I mean, so you get football Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday and Monday of opening weekend.
I guess, bro. Aren't we satisfied with that? Why do we have to add a Wednesday Christmas game?
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah. That is gold.
He's gonna probably stay out there for a while. No, I'm not Nick Wright. I am kind of growing my hair. If I start growing my hair a little longer, like
oh, he looks terrible with that.
Somebody sent me a picture with Nick Wright and saying, when did the guy from those bookies, like what the hell he said, Marco Antonio Solis, like when did Marco Antonio Solis start covering the NFL? I'm like, that's Nick Wright, bro.
That's actually pretty funny. But I think we're slowly getting to that point where there could be Nick Wright could play Jesus. Jorge, chill on that one.
Somebody called him out for growing his hair back and saying it's fake, and he just said, "F you guys, I'm gonna grow my hair out super long." And I don't know. I don't know. Not a good look for him.
I'm telling you though, these TV people, they're starting to get a little bit more like the fanship is growing more and more and more when it comes to these TV people. They see see everybody criticizes Skip Bayless, but they've all taken off and ran with it. I mean,
it's a moneymaker.
Yeah, and honestly, like Nick Wright with the Chiefs, Mina Kimes, I know that she's a huge Seahawks fan. Like there's people on TV that show their fandom, and it's like I saw somebody do a TikTok and they're like, of course we're NFL reporters, but we're also fans. I don't think he is. I don't think
TV has different rules. TV's
yeah. They want that kind of stuff. Nick Wright the wish version of Antonio. Oh my God,
Maybe
Jorge,
we'll get him on one day. How about that?
yeah, right. No, you know what? Why don't we do Nick Wright and Dan and Dago one day? That would be interesting.
Yeah, he could wear his Chiefs Queendom shirt too.
We'd be like, hey, we're gonna take an audience question right now. Oh, is it cool? Is it cool, Nick? Oh yeah, for sure. And then we just the glass cracks and here he is. And yeah, no, she's not biased. I just mean like whose team, who likes who and stuff like that, but it's TV people. But the glass breaks and then he's like he just has his Chiefs Queendom shirt on. That'd be really funny. But that dude goes to bat for you till the end. Like he loves him some LeBron. He loves Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he really has gone. Jorge, I just got a text on my way. So there you
hurry
go,
up.
Jorge.
I got birthday plans.
What are you doing?
About to get some dinner with family. That's why I'm wearing a snazzy shirt.
Where are you going?
I'm not sure actually. I gotta talk about it.
Oh,
Last minute planning.
oh, that's
Me?
that's
Thank you.
I don't know. I don't know. Jorge, who were you talking about when you put the king? But yeah, I mean, so obviously let's get into it. We're gonna talk a little boxing and then maybe I'll throw in a little WWE talk while we get everything going. But this weekend, Gilbert, the first pay-per-view on Amazon Prime, Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundura. Obviously last minute because Keith Thurman. I can't believe it, dude. Keith Thurman. He says, Gilbert, you don't have plans. You're just trying to avoid Dan, the king of the people.
I'm not trying to avoid him. I just told him 5:30. But you know what? I'll cut him some slack. He got a new job, so he's probably on a different time schedule. So whatever.
Oh, dude, I'm so happy for him. He really deserves. I mean, and I liked his old the old team where he was at, and the head coach is incredible, and some of the friendships that he made there. But it's awesome to see where he's headed. But and then we have Raleigh Romero and Pitbull Cruz as well. It's a co-main event. Gilbert, just what do you think? We're on Dan's time. Yeah. Gilbert, what do you make of the fights this weekend, and why should people be excited for Tim Tszyu and Sebastian Fundura instead of him against Keith Thurman?
Well, I don't want to lie to people and say you gotta pay for this fight. I don't want to do all that. But
Raleigh Romero was saying it. I saw him on a video saying, "Don't stream that shit."
He said, "Don't stream it or don't illegally stream it."
Don't illegally. He's like, I'm gonna be moving and I'm gonna hit Pitbull, and then all of a sudden your shit's gonna fall and you're gonna be like, oh my God, why didn't I see what happened? I was like, okay, I'm telling you, I mean, when he was with us, he was hilarious. Like the dude was showing us his
six-pack. Check out the interview with Raleigh Romero.
He wanted to show us more, but I'm like, whoa, kid show.
Yeah, Raleigh knows how to promote a fight, and also check out the Tim Tszyu interview. So yeah, we're very interested in this fight card here. And yeah, we probably will. But you didn't hear from me, Jorge. So if you want to do your legal stuff like Shohei Ohtani, we did not convince you to do that. But yeah, we're keeping an eye on this boxing card. It is the first boxing card on Amazon Prime. And we got Tim Tszyu and Raleigh Romero to talk to us at the Super Bowl. So, hey, you know what? They're friends of the show. Let's see what they got in the ring. And then we've been talking, and I want to say something else for now, to Steven Espinosa here on Compas on the Beat. He talked to him twice. And Steven Espinosa gave us his quick review of Roadhouse with Conor McGregor and Jake Gyllenhaal. Check it out on Amazon Prime. We're doing a bunch of promos for Prime, right? So you asked him about it. He said he didn't want to see him again naked. So you already saw him once naked, Steven Espinosa. But yeah, if you got the funds for it, or you have a nice way to watch it, or you have a friend who wants to buy it, it's a good entertaining card. And there's the headline is not as sexy when it was Keith Thurman, but then again, Keith Thurman is a little bit, he's older, he's on the way out. So Sebastian Fundura, when you watch him, he's like 6'4", an awkward fighter, but he's younger and maybe gives Tim a better fight. Tim's a rising prospect in the, I shouldn't call him a prospect. Sorry, in boxing. I was going to say almost NFL. But Tim Tszyu from Australia, he told us on the show saying, I've sold out all these stadiums in Australia. I went on pay-per-view 13 times. So he's trying to make it in the U.S. now. He didn't get his big-time fight with Keith Thurman, but he will get to fight Fundura. I want to see what's he is he like hype? Is he going to be the real deal from overseas, or are you going to be a guy that, yeah, you're not going to make it in the U.S. And then Rolly Romero got knocked out by Tank Davis, so Rolly needs to have a fight to keep being a big name. He knows how to sell a fight, so if he beats Pitbull Cruz, which is I don't know if I'm kind of pickle here because we like Rolly, but also Pitbull Cruz, a Mexican, and he's kind of a rock star for the Mexican boxing fans. So that one definitely I do want to watch.
I am Rolly. Dude, I'm sorry, but Antonio Brown's actually really funny on Twitter. Yeah, he does cross a line. I don't follow him or anything, but some of the people that I follow like retweet him and stuff. And I'm he always like appears on my timeline. I'm like, this guy is hilarious. Like some of the stuff that he tweets out, like I'm like, this guy it really is interesting. Jorge, what did you think of Conor McGregor though? I know you said it kind of sucked, but what did you think about Conor McGregor's performance?
Yeah, whenever Dan gets here on his own time, we're gonna review the movie. And
yeah, but so I mean, I remember when the only time that Andy Ruiz has fought since that Anthony Joshua rematch where he lost. Pitbull Cruz was on the well, he was the fight before Andy Ruiz, and I thought Pitbull was
let really the dogs out. Woof, woof, woof.
He was really exciting. Time. Yeah, exactly. He was really exciting, and then obviously you look over and the LA crowd loved him. They loved Pitbull Cruz. They were all behind him. So obviously, you kind of have to take notice. He's powerful. So
I am worried about his weight though, Fernando, because when Mexicans get a little bit of money,
yeah, I've been hearing about that.
You get some money. He fought Tank Davis. He's kind of becoming a popular fighter, and those posters to sell the fight. When Rolly called him a pug, I'm like, oh crap, I can see why. So hopefully, Pitbull has been training. But then again, he's a tough fighter. If he has the stamina and his endurance, and he's not a technician. He doesn't have a lot of combinations. He doesn't have a lot of footwork, but he's a grinder. He don't stop. He comes at you, and if you're not ready, he might give you a couple headbutts, and he'll take you to deep water. So, but if he's not well conditioned, it could be a problem for him.
I mean, but see, that's another, and that's what we talked about when it came to Andy Ruiz. That Andy was a guy that he gained a lot of weight too after he had won the belts off of Anthony Joshua. I mean, it was a lot of partying, a lot of celebrating, a lot of that stuff. But Jorge, I know we're going to talk about it in a minute. I actually think that McGregor would actually like, if he got a little bit more coaching and everything, I'd love to see him in Fast and Furious movie. I actually would like be interested to see him in Fast and Furious. I think McGregor would add something to that franchise. I know some people are fed up with the franchise. I love it. I mean, I'll watch. They could go to Fast and Furious 27 and I'll still watch it. I just love those movies. Gilbert, what weight do you think Inoue will max out?
Inoue, the Japanese champion. I don't know. Like I was trying to look up right now. I don't think he's ever gone up, but let me see what weight class. He's been light flyweight, super flyweight, bantamweight, super bantamweight. So I don't know, maybe like a featherweight or higher than that. What's after featherweight? I think we gotta remember the lower classes, but he's not a big dude. And I saw his brother though. Supposedly his brother's gonna be pretty good too.
Sebastian Fundora is interesting because of his height and his length and everything. So obviously Tim Tszyu is going to be interesting to see how he's able to combat that, especially at a short time. I mean, he really wasn't, and that's what Jesus. Steven Espinoza told us last week this was going to be a fight that was going to be made down the line, and they just sped it up and made that fight now. So that's why I'm interested to see how Tim Tszyu deals with Fundora and the way he's able to handle him, because that guy,
quick, Fernando,
he looks like Kevin Durant. He's built like Kevin Durant.
Let me give all good things. If he does go to featherweight, potential champions, and if he wants to see these fights, maybe he'll go. But I don't think there's any money fights. You only go up in weight class when there's money to be made. Featherweight champions: Ray Vargas, Raymond Ford, Luis Alberto Lopez, and Rafael Espinosa. So I don't know if Inoue wants to move up. just yet. But go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
No. I was just making time while I saw you were researching something. So
Yeah, I was trying to see like it's gonna be the next one is featherweight, but I'm like, who's out there? And it's like, I don't know. You go up when you want to make money, and he's been dominating people. Yeah, but it's time to move up too.
Jorge, I should just leave I should stop doing this and move over to the movie industry. Well, I actually know with all the crap coming out right now, I'm good. But yeah, see, there you go. Conor McGregor would make an interesting villain. He really would. All good things. Just
I'm
thank
trying
you
to hold
for,
off on my opinions, but on Conor McGregor, but it was okay. I'll give more in a bit.
Hater.
I'll give more, but your brother's taking forever. What the hell? Where is he? Tell him to hurry up. He's like on a bicycle or what? By the way, I'm gonna give more burials, but whenever I order DoorDash and I see the guy on the bicycle, I'm like, crap, my food's gonna be cold. So stop using bicycles for DoorDashing. All right.
They do bicycles?
Yeah, you can see it on the app. It says like people that are on bikes or cars. I'm like, man, my food's gonna be cold. So yeah. Burial of the week. Don't use a bike.
Let me ask you guys a question here, since we have time to kill here while we wait for Dan and Dago. How big are these fights for Amazon Prime, especially since they're trying to get into the boxing now that we don't have Showtime and HBO? How big does Amazon Prime need to be and get it right?
Well, they got a lot of money, and if they want to keep the sport alive, they got to make a lot of big time fights. So, when you have like Amazon is kind of smart. Like honestly, I don't really watch their stuff on Prime, but you have it because of the free shipping. So whenever something comes out that you want to watch, you already have it. So that's good. It could drop more eyeballs to the sport there. But they're dropping the ball, making this first card pay-per-view. Why not make it a free card? You watch it, you see what the new broadcast is about. Okay, who are the announcers? How's it look? Good fights. Okay, I like it. And then when Canelo comes on in Cinco de Mayo weekend, then you dish out the money. But are we going to charge people? Remember, Steven Esparza told us, Fernando, that they want to do 12 to 14 cards a year. Are we gonna pay for all of them? What the hell? Like, now it's gonna be 2 for 2 on pay-per-views. But if they figure out how to do more fights where they're not all pay-per-view, it could work. They're gonna get greedy. I don't think it's gonna work.
Well, that's not what then. And the UFC even does like a couple of a year that are free. So
well, they do. It's harder when you control everything. But
yeah.
But I think it's rare when they don't have a Saturday on where there's the fight card. It's either free or pay-per-view, and then a lot of the prelims too are free, and then you watch the pay-per-view. So they have.
Well, I mean, you went from HBO and Showtime, and those are both gone now, and it's basically DAZN and Amazon Prime.
I don't care what people say. DAZN's not doing it for people.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying like what I'm trying to say basically is that the river is starting to dry up a little bit. Like you need to start making moves. And
I had a hope for DAZN because I thought at one point it's gonna be like, okay, you pay $25 or whatever a month or something, or I don't know, 10, 15 at first, and then like whatever you pay a month, you watch every single fight. Now it's like, okay, this fight's gonna cost you another 80. That fight's gonna cost you 70. Then what the hell are you paying $20 a month for? Some crappy fight? I don't know.
Well, I mean, and not just that, but I think what you're saying is completely right because, like you said, you get to test the waters. You get to see who the announcers are. I know some people aren't happy with I mean, some of the DAZN announcers and kind of the landscape of it. And here it would have given you a good chance. Hey, it's free. Come and check it out. We'll show you guys that Amazon Prime means business. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. And I thought that would have been a perfect opportunity, like you said. And unfortunately, that's just not what they decided to do. But I mean, they're taking a big risk, I think, Gilbert. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but because if this flops, like, why is anybody going to go watch the Canelo fight and all that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know in TJ it's free. Like, you can go to, like, I could go down to my uncle's house and just watch it down there for free. Like, I don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
Because it passes on cable down in Mexico. So, yeah, I don't know what they're going to do, but I thought I agreed with you when you mentioned it back when we were at Radio Row. I thought, yeah, he's right. They should have done this for free. Everybody checked it out. Hell, they even had another chance when they were like, hey, it's Fondura coming in. You know what? We're gonna go to make it free and we'll do this, and they didn't do it, unfortunately.
Drop the ball there.
Yeah, they should. They should. I was gonna just tell you guys, like, they should do what they're doing with the Tyson and Jake Paul fight, where they're putting it
Yeah,
on Netflix, and you have a subscription there. To Gilbert's point, like, hey, if you have a subscription, kind of like when you had HBO and you had Showtime, like if it was a fight that you needed to pay for, like a Canelo, a Julio Cesar Chavez, an Oscar De La Hoya, you pay for it, or a Mayweather fight. For this, you shouldn't be able to fight, like you shouldn't be able to pay for it, like to your point.
yeah.
Now my next question to you guys, like, should Amazon hire someone like a Jim Lanley and Max Kellerman? Like, they're out there, like that's part of what Fernando just said. You're missing that element of boxing guys
Yeah.
that would get you into that have good play-by-play skills. The last time we saw Jim Lanley and Max Kellerman were on the Creed movie part 3, and I'm like, I really miss these guys because they're boxing guys.
It sounds like they're gonna do Showtime 2.0. So a lot of broadcasters and people that you're familiar with from Showtime Boxing, they're all gonna move over. And I don't know, like I'm okay with that. I'm used to them, but I kind of it's a good opportunity to start shaking things up and trying new things here. And then even the guys you mentioned, Victor, they're kind of also familiar voices, but like you want to appeal to a younger audience, like baseball. You want to try new things, and I'm kind of worried they're gonna keep doing the same thing as Showtime, which I'm not saying is terrible, but maybe it's a good opportunity to try new things and have like maybe I don't know a freaking YouTuber or an influencer. I don't know what the hell kids want to watch, but then to your other point, for Victor, uh, they did drop the ball with not having this fight. Like you mentioned the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson being on Netflix. Like imagine all the hardcore boxing fans who probably don't know what the hell Amazon Prime is or Amazon. Like they don't even order, but they're boxing fans. Like, okay, where do I subscribe? And you subscribe to, oh, you get free shipping, you get all this crap. Now you're asking them to go pay for the pay per view too. That's a lot of money. You're paying $120 for the annual plan, then you're paying another $80 for the pay per view. Like you got to make something free here for the boxing fans who don't even know what the hell Amazon Prime is.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You kind of count on your team to point that out. Like, hey, this is a lot of money that people are already spending, and on top of that, you're gonna make them pay for this pay per view. Like you said, like Canelo would have been the perfect opportunity to start it off with, hey, okay, this one we're gonna because. How many, like realistically, how many pay-per-views do you think they could really get away with a year that's not Canelo Alvarez? Like, that's going to be the hard
If they're
part.
doing it with this one, that means they're going to try a lot of them. But definitely when you have Tank, I think Tank Davis is going to come back in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Canelo in May. So that's 2 right there. Maybe they could somehow squeeze Terrence Crawford to sign a 1-fight deal. Maybe Errol Spence Jr. comes back. Like that's another 2 or 3. That's maybe 3 to 4 fights a year you could do. But I don't know. Trying to squeeze out 8 to 10 could be a lot.
Yeah, you also have Shakur Stevenson still out there. I mean, you still have guys. You just
I thought that
have to do a
jackass
better.
retired.
He supposedly, but he's also with ESPN though, so I don't think that will apply to Amazon. But you never know. You cross the street and maybe you do a kind of a co-promotion. And
So did he retire or he didn't retire?
no, he's supposed to fight like soon. I don't know why, but he's a boring fighter. He's a good fighter. He's just boring. That's the thing.
So, okay, so you said 4, but they'll probably end up doing about 8 or 9 pay-per-views.
Maybe they'll get somehow Ryan Garcia gets an upset. Maybe Rolly Romero and Garcia later this year. That could be a pay-per-view, but I doubt it.
Well, I mean, the only reason why it would move the needle is because like both of them talk a lot of crap. So I feel like maybe that's what I mean. That's the thing. That's what sells. Like that's why Conor McGregor became one of the biggest face or the face of UFC. And then obviously you had Floyd Mayweather. He was a good talker. You have a lot of guys, and that's what people want. People want guys that have personalities that can come out and talk. Like look at Nate Diaz is. I mean, yeah, he may curse a lot, but people love Nate Diaz. They love the Diaz brothers. I mean, that's the thing too. Like
Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal in June, right?
Oh yeah. But that's what I'm saying though. Like for all the stuff that everybody says about WWE and this and that, that's exactly what everybody is. People, they're personas. Like Richard Sherman. Remember when when after the game he started yelling and he goes, when you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, you have to build a personality. You have to build a persona, and then people gravitate towards it. That's why, I mean, and honestly, at this point, like, who cares if they love you or hate you? As long as they, and that's the thing that John Cena said. Yeah, Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz are fighting on June 1st in boxing. It's not even UFC, it's boxing. So
yeah, it's boxing and it's at the Forum in LA. So we're gonna try to make it out there for that one.
That's going to be really interesting.
Fernando, before your brother comes, he might be on a bicycle right now. He's taking his time. I do want to get your thoughts on The Rock. He's making people bleed. Apparently, Cody Rhodes, American Nightmare, is struggling to deal with The Rock.
Well, it's not just that; it's just a lot of stuff. But yeah, we're obviously WrestleMania is coming up. It is next week. The Rock surprised a lot of people. Somebody kind of like posted on Sunday night that The Rock was only supposed to go to Raw in Brooklyn next week, but he ended up showing up in Chicago. And Chicago, we all know, is a massive environment. I mean, those fans are crazy. It's just like you're saying, Gilbert. The Rock is, and I know Dan Diego's not a big Rock fan, but The Rock right now. Harry Ruiz.
What's up, Tocayo, fellow Gilberto? I think Harry his middle name. Sorry, is Gilberto. Harry Gilberto Ruiz. Shout out to you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Harry, how you doing, man? Good. It's been a while since. I saw him at the Thursday night debacle. Chargers versus Raiders, but it's always good to see Harry.
Man.
A couple years ago, remember we saw him at Tacos El Gordo.
Oh, yeah. We just
at
showed
like
up
1 in the morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's funny because like, oh yeah, we hate this place too, but like we come for our friends.
Exactly. Jorge, yes, it is Gilbert's birthday. Everybody, drop a happy birthday to Gilbert. If you guys want to buy him a beer, why don't you send a sticker or one of those things, whatever the hell they're called.
A super sticker, super like, super whatever.
Yeah, that's
no pressure, but thank you.
No pressure. Dan versus The Rock. Oh, that would be interesting. But Gilbert, it's like you said, like The Rock came back. I just meant debacle because the day after it was those guys were fired and everything. It was basically they both got fired. So
it's gonna be like, where were you when 63-21 happened? That's gonna be a story for a long time.
Well, that's what our good friend Paul Gutierrez asked Tom Telesco on his opening press conference. So
did you guys joke about that?
Yeah, exactly. But you know what's funny? It was such an interesting game because I remember Uncle Joe was there, and Harry, we appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
That means a lot. I remember we were there and like it was 21-0 and we looked at each other and we're like, oh crap, like this could get even worse, and it just got worse.
Thank you, Jorge. Appreciate you, man.
And worse and worse. But yeah, Gilbert. So going back to it, The Rock has really, I told you, and I said this I think off camera, but The Rock really embraced, like he's been getting a lot of hate as of late, whether it's the stuff that happened in with DC or whatever way you lean towards the Hawaii stuff, whatever happened there, all that stuff. And The Rock returned to the WWE. He came back on he's come back a couple of times last year. I remember he was on Pat McAfee's show before he went to Colorado that night to watch the Buffs play. And then he showed up at SmackDown and all that stuff. So obviously he's come back, but I think the what really got it started this year was when he showed up here in San Diego to day one, and he said, maybe I should sit at the head of the table. Everybody thought it's going to be him versus Roman at WrestleMania. Well, the Cody Crybabies, as The Rock calls them, they weren't happy about it. They took to Twitter, social media. They were it was kind of Daniel Bryan-esque. So when Gilbert and I were in Vegas, remember Cody comes out and he says, this is bullshit. This is going to be us. And then obviously Cody insulted the Rock and Roman Reigns' or their heritage, and they're one of their grandparents or something like that. So The Rock slapped him. They got into it. So now obviously we know night one is going to be The Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth Rollins, and then obviously the winner chooses what happens the next night. So that'll be interesting. But I think The Rock right now, he's really been, he's basically like the best bad guy probably in WWE. Well, behind Roman, but I just think he's doing a great job right now. And last night on Monday Night Raw, he really killed it. So the only thing I'm nervous about is him in the ring because he hasn't wrestled in 10 years.
Yeah,
so
I can't wait.
What is that going to look like? Hell, last night he was beating up Cody Rhodes and he was gassed. And because it's cold in Chicago, you could see like him breathing and getting all because you could tell how tired he was getting, but we'll see. Jorge, look at that,
man. Okay, all right, thank you. I appreciate it. That's a lot.
Hey, that means a lot, Jorge. That's awesome. We appreciate
you, Jorge,
man. Thank
You're
you
the
so
man.
much.
Appreciate it, man.
No. Jorge's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's gonna be my birthday every day now. Thank you, man.
And you think he favors Dan and Dago?
I do think that, not anymore. So next time Dan says something about Jorge, I'm like, has he ever given you money? No, so shut up. But yeah,
No, Jorge, that means a lot. That's definitely awesome. You're the best. We
thank you.
we truly appreciate you.
Thank you for the
Jorge,
support, man.
tomorrow, I don't know if you were here for this. Tomorrow on What's Up Bolts, we will be live at 4 p.m. We have a special guest that Dan does not know about. But make sure you tune in because we're gonna talk a lot of Charger stuff. So Dan will be here to spring break starts for him today, so he will be here tomorrow. But Gilbert, well, you were gonna say something before Jorge surprised
I forgot,
you.
but thank you, Jorge. That's a nice.
We're talking about
gesture
The
from
Rock.
you. Yeah, we're talking about The Rock. So thank you, Jorge. But
By the way, I'm disappointed that you're wearing sleeves.
all right, no, what are you talking about? No sleeves.
I thought you were gonna pull a Rock and go sleeveless with the little Versace and.
Oh, you mean button up here? Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I don't have the muscles like The Rock, so I've been trying to get more
Well,
shirts like The
Dan says
Rock.
that The Rock didn't have the muscles like The Rock a couple of years ago, so.
I guess. But I remember I told you when The Rock first came out in Vegas, I was like, I want to see him start rocking the old shirts from the Attitude Era. He's been working, he's been wearing those shirts. So, and the microphone, he's been great. But Fernando, I have a question though, because I don't follow as closely as you do. So, say Cody and Seth Rollins win that tag team match. Does Seth Rollins have any say on what's going to happen, or is it going to be Cody's decision to go fight Roman?
No. So that match is already set. It's going to be Cody versus Roman night 2. But the thing is, if The Rock and Roman win night 1, then the next night it's Bloodline rules. So they can all come in and they can mess with Cody and do all that.
Oh,
yeah. So like it's
so
Bloodline
what the hell
rules.
Seth doing in this? Seth is just kind of like, you know what? I hate these guys. I'll be part of the team.
You have to watch. No.
Okay.
Seth also has beef because remember Cody was trying to decide between him and Roman who to go for, who to face. Fight. And Cody was telling him, Seth was telling him, why do you want to go face him? He's not even here. He doesn't care. This is the belt of the people. So that night in Vegas, they kind of involved Seth Rollins in it, and he got mixed up in the whole thing. So now he's there. But that's been the beef of Drew McIntyre, who's facing Seth Rollins night 2. So he's like, dude, you're focused on them when you should be focused on me. I'm dangerous.
Part of that?
Exactly. So that's the interesting part. Because I kind of believe that The Rock or one of the Bloodline members is going to cost Seth his championship on night 2. Seth is going to come and try and help Cody, but he's going to end up screwing him because he's like, if I lost my championship, you're not winning yours. I keep on saying this, and I know people, there was a clown at USC Pro Day that tried to tell me what was going to happen. I'm like, don't listen to that. I told you, Gilbert, plug your ears. Don't listen to that guy. That guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. I keep on saying that The Rock is going to break, or Roman's going to break a couple records. Bruno Sammartino's in 2028. What are we in? 2024. I'm just saying, 4 years away. I mean, no, but I don't know about that one. I just think they're going to make him break Hulk Hogan's. And then after that, Bob Backlund is after that. So maybe they'll have him be, well, that's the thing. If he goes up against, if he passes Bob Backlund, he's now a 2. And what does he like to be, Gilbert?
1.
So that's going to be the interesting part about this whole thing. I could see them giving it to Roman for the next 4 years and just him keep on with it. But
well, let me give you one more question for now, because this whole tag team stuff and the day 1 and day 2, like now you kind of explained to me, it has me thinking, like, did the WWE really pivot to like it was going to be Rock versus Roman, and they saw like, oh crap, Cody has so much support. No. Let's find a way to get everybody involved, and that's kind of what it feels like a little bit. Or is just a way to get The Rock less action in the ring.
Yeah, I don't think it was a pivot. I think they know. I think when CM Punk got hurt, that really screwed a lot of the plans that they probably had.
Yeah,
because I thought it was going to be Seth Rollins versus CM Punk for the championship at WrestleMania. Yeah. I think that screwed a lot of stuff up, and what they ended up doing is going, you know what? Why don't we? The thing is that I feel like they want to get The Rock involved, but they know he's not ready for a one-on-one match yet. So The Rock, after this year, has a year to prepare for his match with Roman next year, which, Gilbert, unfortunately, looks like it's going to be in Minnesota. It doesn't look like it's going to be in Las Vegas. Seems like Vegas is going to be WrestleMania 42. So, yeah, that's kind of the interesting part about the whole thing. But that's what and see, this is the thing. what happens next is gonna be really interesting because I want to see what happens on night one and then night two. Obviously, there's a lot of scenarios. There's talks about John Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Undertaker taking part in WrestleMania in some way, somehow. I think Undertaker would be something where he comes in and just chokeslams the crap out of somebody and that's it. In the other scenario, I could see John Cena and Stone Cold getting involved in the Cody Rhodes match and them teasing a Rock and Stone Cold just staring at each other and looking at each other. So I mean, there's a lot they can really do with this, because if Cena and Stone Cold would agree, because I'm still saying it, I still want it. This has been something that they've teased for the last 10 years. I want to see I want to see CM Punk versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's something that they've teased for years. The only thing is, can they both hang in the ring with each other and be fine? Because CM Punk, I mean, he's gotten hurt recently a lot more often. So that's going to be, I mean, Kevin Owens against Stone Cold. I love that match. I thought that match was very entertaining. Stone Cold took some hits that I was surprised he took. I just think that The Rock versus Stone Cold probably wouldn't work. I think it would work in a tag team. I don't think it would work one-on-one. Because again, my question's not Stone Cold. My question would be on The Rock. Can The Rock keep up with Stone Cold? And but still, I mean, that'd be crazy. But yeah, I'm interested to see moving forward what they kind of do with all this. But I think The Rock right now is really killing it with everything that he's doing. And again, I still think Roman is the best thing going right now in WWE. I think what the character that they've created, I mean, before he was the big dog, like, oh, we need him to take over for Cena. Like, yeah, you can have him take over for Cena, but do it in a different way. Like, you don't have to follow the John Cena model. Hell, John Cena, before he was liked and loved and everything, he was thugonomics. He would curse. He would get into people's faces. He would do all kinds of stuff. So I mean, it's just one of those things where you have to really you have to, like, you can't follow, like, that's what I think Triple H is doing. They're not following the old model of this is what a wrestler needs to be. Back in the old days, Vince always wanted his guys to be 6'8" or 6'5" and above, big, muscular, meatheads, all that stuff. And what Triple H has kind of shown in this new era is that no, you can have a Ricochet, a Rey Mysterio, a guy like that to really kind of get things going. So it's a little bit different, but I'm interested to see what the future holds for WWE. But I mean, I don't know if you know this, but if you watch one day watch a full episode of Monday Night Raw, they're using now different camera angles, a camera angle above the ring, a camera angle, so that when The Rock showed up last night, it was from the angle of where the WrestleMania poster is, and you could just see The Rock come in, and his entrance right now is incredible.
I saw the entrance. That was pretty cool.
Exactly. So they're using different camera angles. Kevin Dunn was just missionary. And it's like, no, like, well, I mean, obviously missionary, I meant like, yeah. So obviously here, it's like, yeah, they're using like now guys. Yeah, exactly. Now they're using guys to walk in, like guys that are walking in for their entrance. They're following them and having them go through the gorillas, the back where the guys go through and they come out for their entrances. They're having them do all that. How about midget wrestling? Midget
like, go to Mexico for that, and you'll find it.
Play chicken. I think Barstool Sports does that stuff too. So yeah, that's I showed one last week, didn't I, Jorge?
Yeah, no, you did.
Yeah, I did. So I mean, the guy was.
Can I ask you a question, Fernando?
Yeah.
Just kind of heading over to the women's side of things. Are they going to be headlining any matches? And I saw Cargill finally is gonna finally showed up on SmackDown, or is supposed to show up on SmackDown.
I saw that.
How do you see the women's division playing out?
I mean, I don't think they're gonna headline just because The Rock and Roman and Cody and Seth. They're gonna say, bruh. Jorge, you are one of one, bro. You're my guy.
Go ahead and read the comment if you want, Fernando.
Okay, all right. They're already doing lingerie wrestling with Rhea Ripley. So I don't think midgets would be too far. They got the cochina putting her cheeks on people. Did you
Yeah,
see that?
I
That she did
saw
the
that.
Rikishi?
And
That was
a lot
hilarious.
of people enjoyed it, to say the least.
I think that Rhea and Becky do deserve to headline WrestleMania. The only thing is that the Roman and The Rock is obviously gonna kind of take that over. How that is in the locker room, I don't know, because I know in the past they've kind of had issues with that. Like last year, I was of the opinion that Jey Uso or the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn should not have main evented. I thought it would have been a really good main event fight. I thought Charlotte and Rhea should have main evented just because I thought. I mean, what Rhea's doing right now is she's really putting herself in prime position. I mean, we all know Roman's the leader of the bloodline, but on that side, Rhea is the leader of the Judgment Day, and I think she's done an incredible job. She's hilarious. Last night, you see Dominic Mysterio take a punch from Becky Lynch.
I did not. I know
He
you guys were
got
texting about
clocked
it.
good. Like Pat McAfee even had it slowed down, and you could just see the punch make like impact, and it was just great. But I'm hoping that they do more of that because I think I'm telling you, next year I'd love to see like Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, like something like that. Like I think that would be epic. The one thing that I wanted this year that I know we're not going to get, but I would have wanted Trinity, who's Jimmy Uso's wife. Trinity versus Jade Cargill versus Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, a fatal four-way. I thought that would have been incredible with all the talent that they have there. But obviously, Fernando doesn't always get what he wants.
Sasha Banks
yeah,
is now at AEW.
yeah, exactly. But Jorge,
Finally, did the bike make it home?
are you ready, Jorge? Well, I have to give you your music. He's over here trying to music. But obviously, we have Vic, the producer, on here. Vic, how are you doing? You've been the voice. He's muted. You're muted,
Not
Vic.
the voice anymore. He's a muted voice.
Yeah, I'm sorry. How you guys doing?
You're good.
Thank you. I'm over here trying to produce and be on the show at the same time.
No, you're good. Yeah, no, but good to have Vic on.
Yeah.
And
now we're late.
Further ado,
let's go. By the way, what do you see? What do you say? What do you know? Let me tell you what I know. I know that stooge in the top left corner, hour late. First off, guy, different job, different days I'm working, different demand.
You know how to tell time?
Different demand.
You could just text me, hey, my guy, like, thank you for telling me congrats on the job, but I also have a different schedule, so tomorrow I'm gonna be a little late. Is that okay with you, boss? And that's it,
Oh, what a scumbag! Don't you know I'm like Kanye West, except the naughty stuff. I fired my manager. I can't be managed. I thought frown you. I thought frown you.
Not even your brother can get. Not even your brother can figure out where you were today. So we
everybody,
got you.
well, it's a new schedule. That's why. So don't worry about it. Next week we're off. We're on vacation, so I'm gonna have more time. But yeah, I guess I will print out a schedule and let you guys know what I'm up to. Yeah, today we're throwing. Oh yeah, he's trying to bring some heat, but let me tell you, it's not gonna work over here.
Hey,
I'm like Frozone.
I'm $20 richer today because you were gone for an hour.
Shout out, Jesse. Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jorge gave him $20 for his birthday.
Shout out, dude. Nice. Shout out to Jorge, my guy. What's up, Jesse? By the way, let me tell you, in terms of your question, I still think The Rock has been absolute ass since he's been back. I really don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Like, again, testament to Little Daniel and I'm gonna say it, and his shit evaluation of talent or things that are good. Yesterday he texted us, he's like, oh my God, watch the end of the show. WWF Attitude Era style. Da, 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 da.
Was he born when that occurred?
No, I've seen people's asses getting kicked in the back. I don't know what's so special about his return. Besides that, he's supposedly a bad guy. I think his promos have been ass. His wrestling is going to be ass. You already saw he was gassed, just standing there next to Cody, throwing him around a little bit with no resistance.
Dan.
What?
All right, so we're gonna do it. Is your voice ready?
Man. Oh, I'm ready.
Happy birthday!
If I ever have like a rim walk music entrance, like that's gonna be part of it.
We're gonna make like a remix to it. That's gonna be in there. That's gonna be the beat drop.
By the way, and look what Jorge said before you got here.
Scum.
Oh, I'd kick his ass. You know, I just want allegedly. Now let me preface this with allegedly. Look at The Rock from the Attitude Era. Look at The Rock now. You're telling me the guy doesn't juice allegedly?
All right.
Pro wrestling. Who cares? It's like baseball. Who cares?
That math isn't adding up there, fella.
So Dean Blandino says that the surprise onside kick is now dead. Says that the Eagles' 4th and 20 proposal could be in play next year.
Hey, finally. I do want to see that. Hell yeah. I'm so tired of onside kicks.
That would be way better. 4th and 20, that would be way better.
I guess they've been doing it for 7 years, though. I guess they've been trying to. They've been having to try and do that for 7 years.
There you go. He's a DJ now. DJ D-Pop?
You know what?
I didn't know that.
I'm gonna ask Daniel Popper to mix that because he is what is he techno DJ artist on the side.
Techno? Oh God.
Boom.
Not a fan.
One day I'm gonna have him
music
on the show, and we got the same plane one time to go whatever Chargers game we were supposed to cover, and he sat next to me on the plane, and he was just on it, man, doing beats after beats. So he takes it seriously, you know.
Oh, you could see him do he was doing it on his computer.
He was on the computer mixing beats and doing things, and I'm like, "What's going on over there, bro?"
Louise, dude.
He's like,
yeah,
I'm
right.
making magic over here. I'm making art. I'm like, all right, bro.
Yeah. Gilberto probably was asleep.
Yeah, he's asleep.
I'm gonna ask him one day about it. Yeah. What were you cooking up? Oh crap.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Gilbert's gonna get pop on here and ask him about it. That'll be interesting. All right, let's are we gonna do this first? Let's do burial of the week first. I'm sure.
You want to do that? Okay.
We'll leave that for the end.
I have all day, friends, so let's make it quick.
Yeah, we got to get Gilbert out of here.
Yeah, no.
Gilbert has nothing to do. What does Gilbert have to do? Nothing important.
Nah, apparently.
It is time for burial of the week. Gilbert, it is your birthday. I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah, well, I already buried Christmas football game on a Wednesday. I already buried Door Dashers on a bike. This time, I finally did it, Fernando. We're gonna go to Philadelphia to cover WrestleMania for a couple of days, and I'm gonna fly Spirit. And it's not because my pockets are hurting. Well, they are hurting a little bit. Everybody is, but going to Spirit because the freaking American Airlines, United Airlines, pray for me or saying
you should take that thing on with you.
Yeah,
I know.
With you.
Yeah, but supposedly the planes are fine, and people might come at me and they're gonna charge me for getting water or whatever. But apparently these Boeing planes that American and United have are not to be trusted. So I'm like, what the hell? I'm gonna put my life on the line and go to all these freaking planes. Like they freaked me out so much that I'm going to Spirit. So I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but apparently the planes that they use on American Airlines and United, they're not so good. Shit. So yeah.
Can't trust boats either now, apparently, dude.
Are they sinking more often?
You know what's funny?
You've been asleep, my guy.
My mom wanted. There was in Baltimore. There was a bridge got knocked down
by a boat.
By a boat.
Oh, is that
cargo ship?
Baltimore.
Yeah, I saw Lamar Jackson make a statement, but I don't know what was for.
Yeah,
he made a statement. Mayor Jackson. Wow.
I'm guessing to say my prayers are out to the people.
So Gilbert doesn't like that. So obviously,
and the candles apparently.
You're starting to sizzle and burn, dude.
My mom wanted to take a trip. She wanted to take a trip and go on a cruise. And Daniel's like, I'm not going. And she's like, why not? He's like, have you not seen the Titanic? Like, Dan refuses to jump on anything.
Poseidon Adventure, I would lose my mind. Especially anything out in open ocean. I'm good, dude. I am good. Yeah, no, you're not gonna get me out in the. Have you guys seen the hey, shout out Jorge? Have you guys seen the videos of the ocean at night and all that? And those big ass waves, the way it looks like it's about to swallow the ship up and everything. I'm good. I'm not doing that. I am A-okay, dude.
You wouldn't take a submarine down to the bottom of the ocean?
Worse.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that story last year.
Yeah, that guy's an idiot.
R.I.P. On the way back though, mine is a Boeing 737. from
Really?
Philly to,
Oh, you checked?
Oh no.
yeah.
Damn, bro. Well, give him the candle too, Victor. 'Cause
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, wait, close.
I think I trust that more than I do Spirit Airlines.
Really?
Oh,
I
hell
don't
yeah.
know.
I was
I'm
on
gonna write
Spirit
everything down so I can talk about it on the podcast next time. How poorly.
Dan,
went for
would
me
you
on
get on
Spirit.
in a raft in the middle of the ocean for one night for $1 billion?
Dude, am I gonna survive? Like, if I survive, I mean, hell yeah, I'll be out there for a night.
No,
I'll do some Life of Pi.
it's
You know what's
50-50, yeah, Dan. 50-50 chance you'll make it. Will you do it?
50-50 chance on kiss my ass. Dude,
You
the
could be
raft will get
Wilson.
swallowed.
Yeah, $1 million.
You know what's
Have you
funny?
seen the waves, dude? The
I bet
raft
you-
will get swallowed in the Atlantic. Are you
I
kidding
bet you
me?
Jorge would want that live streamed. Like he'd be like, Dan would have to live
Yeah,
stream the whole.
Dan and Dago on like
Frick.
That would
from
be a
Miami, from Cuba
Compas.
to Miami. You know, so can you make it home?
No. Oh well, yeah. If I need to get back to the good old US of A, I'll get there. Yeah, don't you worry. I got a heat-seeking missile to get me home. But
Hey,
all right,
50-50 is pretty good.
Vic, go ahead.
I don't.
No, I
The
was just
sharks.
gonna say, instead of it being Wilson, it would be the son of Odin. He'd have a picture of Justin
A
Herbert. in
picture
a
of
ball.
Justin Herbert, somebody, and
100%. I call him all the time to see how he's
Like,
doing. I just want to
just
check
Jim
in on his
Harbaugh
day.
sayings. Pretty positive. You say Jim Harbaugh sayings the whole time for 24 hours.
That's right, dude. Castaway director's cut. That would be
Yeah.
filled with a lot of profanity. Yeah. So
All right, Vic, what's your burial?
All right, I'm gonna keep mine quick, and it has to do with grocery line etiquette. Like, I was at the grocery store the other day, and there was a long line for the 15 and under. If you have less than 15 groceries with you, and there was a long line, and so like you always have checkers who come in, and they're like, "Hey, I'll take the next person," right? And then you see people from all the way on the other side trying to cut in, and I'm like, bro, just ask people, like, hey, weren't you in line next? Like, there's older people in front of you. At least be courteous and just ask people before you just jump in on a line, and cut in front of people. So that's my burial. Like, just be courteous. I don't understand why you don't, they opened up 2 more check stands. Like, in some grocery stores, they don't have self checkout, but just ask. That's all I ask. Like, just ask people if they're next. But yeah, like, I just thought, like, and I keep seeing it more and more. Like, just be, nicer to people. That's all.
This is kind of random, Victor, and maybe you guys can answer. You know how when you're waiting for your flight and it's a bunch of different boarding groups, so you don't know who the hell's next, and so there's like a line coming from the left and a line coming from the right, so you
Yeah.
kind of merge.
yeah.
So one of my recent flights, I was one of the guys merging to the right, but the people coming to the left kind of gave me like the stank face, like, what the hell, you're cutting me? I'm like, there's no set line here. We're all gonna merge. Like, they wouldn't. It's like you're driving. Nobody wants to let me in, and I got a bunch of bad looks. But I get it. Your thing. Definitely be courteous. But with
This
that, I
was
didn't know what
one
the
of
hell.
This
I know
has
what the
been
hell
one
you-
of my burials as well, Jorge. Like, if you've been with us, I've talked about this as well. Just go and put your shopping carts back where it goes. It's not that hard. Like, I'm a big guy. Like, I hate walking sometimes. I go and put it. Like, you don't, like, the other thing too is you don't want to get someone's cart hitting like one of those shopping carts hitting your car. Like, just go and take it. Like, I get
when you're
it.
about
Like,
when you're about to park and you see a nice spot and there's a freaking shopping cart in there. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
worst.
My quarterback
I just say, Dan,
hates
get
when
down-
carts are
Dan, get
left out.
down and can you move it?
Yeah, well, Roberto probably goes by himself and he needs something to complain about, so that's why he hopes the cart's there.
You know what?
Yeah. I can find things to
like
complain about. Okay.
I like grabbing the cart and launching it. Like when I'm at Costco, I launch it into the rack of
Oh
cars.
yeah, like
And yeah, I have oh
Oh, yeah.
that's
100%. So Jorge said Alberto seems like the type of guy to leave his cart wherever he wants. 100%. He's
no,
like, someone
I
will
always
do
take
it.
it back.
Someone will do
No,
it. That's what they're
no.
paid for. Yeah, he just
There
leaves
there
it
have
out there.
been times where it's a really
My
long
time's more
ass walk.
valuable.
It's a long walk, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be a good person. I'm gonna do it. I've gotten thank yous too for putting them back. All right, so
Oh,
What
I
a
do
hero.
too. I do that too, Jorge. I do that all the time. I love doing
What
that.
a hero, Gilberto. You're
I'm-
so
I
Scooter
think
turning carts now. I've seen people on a scooter like those. I was like, oh, that's really smart.
Dan, I think you and I are gonna have a combined burial, or do you have
Let's
something?
see. Well, I'll probably combine with you. Oh yeah, let me jump in on that, but I'll jump in with something else. Thank you for reminding me about this garbage. But I'll just say something first, and then I'll let you go, and I'll jump in after
ahead.
you. I want to bury people who complain about what time I get on and not taking into account that I was working and I was busy. And
I
then
didn't know your schedule changed.
the fact that a scumbag thinks this time's more important because it's his birthday and he wants to get out of here early and everything else. Like, I just can't stand those people. What are we doing over here?
You're not naming any names, are you?
No, never. I would never point.
You're talking about me.
Anybody?
Let's be real here.
No.
I don't know. You go from one school to the next, and your schedule.
No.
Aren't you guys on the same time? I don't know.
No.
He wasn't even talking about you.
Get a watch.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about other people in my life.
It takes 1 second to send a message to say, "Hey, buddy, I'm gonna be late. Hopefully, you don't hate me." And then I'm gonna say, "I don't hate you."
I thought we were recording later, honestly, but it is what it is. It's not even about you, but I mean, if the coat fits, I guess wear it. It is what it is. I don't know. I would never speak ill of you. Never.
Dan,
all right, Frown. Lead me into this. Let's go.
Dan, who plays quarterback at Colorado?
Shador Sanders, dude. Shador.
All right. So Ronda Rousey came out and she said that she does not intend to ever return to WWE and calls the company a shit show.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Well, maybe it was a show when she left because a certain Vincent K. McMahon was in charge of it, and we saw.
You said his name.
Oh! Sorry. Voldemort. Voldemort was in charge. Sorry.
No, the reason, by the way, Gilbert and Vic, the reason why we're saying that is because yesterday Drew McIntyre was like, "I'm the chosen." People said I was the chosen one, and I feel like I am the chosen one. He was the chosen one of Vince McMahon, and CM Punk goes, "Say his name." Who said it? Who said you were the chosen one? Say his name. And then he's like, and then like Drew just looks at him and he's like, And so that was the funny part about that. But I know Dan was against this from the beginning. I mean, we all know Holly Holm took away the mystique that was Ronda Rousey. Ronda was great for her time, but as soon as it caught up to her, that's when she got KO'd and it caught up to her and she couldn't beat her. She couldn't beat Amanda Nunes. Then she goes into the WWE and you think, okay, maybe she'll be good and she'll be able to do some stuff. She was okay, but the worst part about it, she can't even grab a mic and say anything. Like, she would always stumble on her words. She didn't know what she was saying. Like, when it was her and Becky Lynch, like, I'm sure she was pissed at this. Becky Lynch would consistently call her out and be like, Ronda, she would say, like, she would just twist her on the mic, and you could tell it really frustrated Ronda at one point, and other wrestlers would do the same thing. Hell, even Shayna Baszler, who's supposedly her best friend, she even tongue twisted Ronda on the mic. So don't come at me with that crap about, oh, it's a shit show, it's this, it's that. Ronda, you were terrible during your time in WWE. You weren't that good. Your wrestling was okay, but you had the same 5 or 6 moves. You couldn't do anything else. You would trash talk like if you were still. And then another thing, I could not stand that the WWE was forcing the announcers to call her the baddest woman on the planet. We all know she's not. She hasn't been in 10 years. So I would always hate that they would do that. They'd be like, oh, the baddest woman on the planet. And it was just that bad. So Jorge, sometimes it is scripted. Like, they do have notes and stuff to go off of. Usually guys like John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, like those kind of guys, like they don't really need the Rhea Ripley. Like, they have talking points that they're going to hit so that it flows. But sometimes they do improv, and you can tell, like last night, either Becky Lynch is a great actress or Rhea Ripley. She did not expect Rhea Ripley to talk about her daughter.
Oh no!
Like, when she talked about her daughter, you could tell the facial expressions on Becky changed, and her voice started like you could tell, like her voice. Well, McGregor.
The good ones are improv. The good ones are improv.
McGregor is gonna. I think McGregor makes his way to WWE pretty soon, especially with the merger with Endeavor. But I just can't stand Ronda Rousey. All she did was bitch, moan, and complain. They gave her the championships. I'm sure she's still pissed that she dropped it to Becky at WrestleMania a couple of years ago in the first female main event. But I just can't stand Ronda Rousey.
She wasted the first female main event on Ronda Rousey. Are you serious? That's
but look at who's the one that. The only thing with Conor though, Jorge, is can Conor limit the F-bombs? That's why I think they're gonna wait till they're on Netflix to let him come in so that.
Well, who knows if he can wrestle too? Like, it's not the same thing. You know,
but I mean,
back off
I don't know.
Off of that, it's called a promo, kid. You know what I mean? Like that's how I felt every time she was in the ring doing that. But she just was so entitled ever since she came in, and this is why I'm so against, them bringing these outsiders, these sideshow circuses into the ring and kind of pushing off talent that's already there. Because like she's been so fed into getting championships. Same with Charlotte. Charlotte's been so fed, and to me, it's ridiculous and overblown. Like I couldn't stand Ronda
But
Rousey
Charlotte is from
ever
there.
ever since she came in. And what the hell does she know about it being a shit show? Like her whole stock went down after the Oprah interview, I'm convinced. And she was asked when she came to WWE. I didn't like her to begin with when she came to the WWE because she was already piggybacking and trying to be the female version of Roddy Piper, like with the kilt and the music and the logo and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, that's weak. You got to come up with your own thing, dude. So I thought she was trash ever since she made it to WWE. So
Yeah, well, I mean, there's some people like Logan Paul. I actually think that he's adapted really well, and I think the
yeah,
wrestlers
still
respect
hate
him
that
and they
guy,
like him.
but I give him
No,
credit.
that's
Yeah,
what
he's
he's
been a
supposed
lot
to do.
better.
I mean, he was he had Mommy on his pod today, so he was talking about that like his I don't know who his co-host is. He's like, "Do you think you'll ever be in a faction?" He's like, "No, I think everybody hates my guts."
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
so I thought that was pretty funny. But Gilbert, you were gonna say something.
I'm gonna say before we got to move on because you guys are wasting my time here.
Look at him.
I feel like you guys shouldn't get your high hopes for Conor going to WWE or the UFC
Yeah,
because
no, I don't
I've
think so.
seen the rounds that he did for media last week for promoting Roadhouse.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I don't think he's there, man. I don't think he's in good shape. He's not looking good. He's very twitchy. He's like doesn't know where he is. So for Conor, he needs to get right first. But he did not look good. Who knows? What the hell do I know from looking from at his
Yeah.
expressions? His
Well, it was with
manner?
your entity.
That one was really bad. And then
Yeah.
I've been watching a bunch of them from the media rounds and
Well, has there been a lot?
yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
poor Jake
I just
Gyllenhaal
saw the
kinda
one.
like,
I just saw the one from SI.
yeah, Jake is kind of ignoring him, like, oh yeah, he's doing a good job, and he's like, and it's like, I don't know, he's not there, man. So people keep expecting him to fight. He keeps saying he's gonna fight in the summer, and I watched the interview when he said he's gonna fight in the summer. He did not look like a guy who's ready to fight. He's just saying that just to say it to maybe build buzz. But WWE, UFC, hopefully Conor gets better before he does all that.
I mean, it's like what Dan said yesterday, and we can go into now Avocado Roast and review Roadhouse, but it's like Dan said yesterday. Once you're in Versace sheets and you're wearing the silk shirts and all this stuff, like everything changes. And
Just keep doing movies, bro. But also, you can't keep doing what he's doing. I don't know. In his nightlife, it's not looking good.
Yeah,
Him and
I mean,
Oscar, he's a golden boy type guy.
So what is he have?
Oscar's finding a balance, apparently, huh?
Yeah, it seems like he has 3 kids, right?
McGregor?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
so.
Maybe 2 or 3. I don't know.
3
Yeah,
or
I don't
4, I don't know.
That's how much.
By the way, I could see Jake Gyllenhaal as the next Batman. I see them keep on pushing it, and for some reason, I just feel like he
thank you, Jorge. Yeah.
You weren't a fan of it, Jorge? Why? What'd you think? Oh, I think I saw you put it was cheesy.
Right,
Gilbert,
yeah, it was
we're
all
gonna-
right.
Am I gonna start it?
Yeah, go ahead. It's your
Okay.
birthday.
I went into
No, screw
Roadhouse.
that. I just chose him 'cause
watching the movie.
he keeps on teasing it.
Well, that too. And also, I'm glad they explained why they spell it with 2 words. I thought Roadhouse was 1 word. They said in the movie it's Roadhouse. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the beginning of the movie, I expected to be really terrible, cheesy, kind of boring. And it's actually not that bad. And then like towards the middle, honestly, when McGregor came in, it kind of took a dive a little bit. It's kind of like it's like, hey, you're trying to make it different. I like this whole MMA background. Trying to save the bar, and it's like a little different. And then McGregor felt a little forced. I'm not saying he was a terrible character, but then the storyline kind of was like it was a little like predictable. Yeah, he kept going like this. What the fuck is everybody?
Yeah,
seeing the memes and all that. So they did a good job saying, Conor, just be yourself. But he was trying to be himself a little too much, where he's got a little fake. I'm gonna just be a little more natural and just doing this the whole time. I like that he was a badass and he was fighting, what's his name? The character in the movie, the MMA fighter, I forget what he is, but it was a good starting point. Yeah, there you go, Dalton. They're trying to build up the fight where between him, the best of the best. I like that little approach there. It wasn't the worst. I know Jorge's saying it sucks. I won't go that far, but it kind of took a dive a little bit, and then they try to give Conor a little more lines. It wasn't really working, but to make him play himself a little bit was a good approach because obviously he's new to acting. I'm not saying it's the worst, but it was okay. I'm glad I watched it at home and not at theaters.
Well, I mean, he still needs acting lessons, I guess.
Well, that was the most important thing, though. It's entertaining. Half of what comes out of Hollywood's trash anyway now. So, you know what I did see? You know, screw Roadhouse. Did everybody see the Nickelodeon doc? That was insane, dude.
I gotta watch it.
By the way, Jorge was trying to call me like he's like, oh yeah, don't be like Dan Schneider. I'm like, what? I was like, I was like,
guy.
I was like, freaking Jorge. But is that basically your sentiment, Vic? What Gilbert just said?
I was gonna say, like, I'll take a little bit of different approach. The first 90 minutes, as he said, I liked where the writing was. I liked the plot. Like the thing that I wish into his UFC background, like that storyline seemed like really good. Like why he left the UFC, why he was beating up people. Like I even told you guys when I made the thumbnail, I even forgot that Post Malone was in this movie at the beginning.
Oh
like
yeah.
like you see him fighting somebody, and then all of a sudden he's
Super
like, I'm not
random.
gonna fight. Like, but I think if there should be a sequel to this if they kind of combine it with UFC. Like I like that storyline. If you can find it there, well, what I would have done is I would have kind of explained more of the storyline. The love story was there was no connection there with the girl. There was you were forcing it, and I get it.
Fire.
Yeah, exactly, Jorge. They didn't even explain why he killed the guy, so you wasted that storyline.
It was more like his mind just went there once he pushed.
All it was anger. Yeah, that's all it was. His anger. Yeah, your animal instinct takes over of survival. Basically, that's that he can get to that edge and go over. Essentially, that's what it was.
Like when he turned into a Super Saiyan.
That's pretty much it, which he did at the end. So that's like, he pushed.
Yeah, and then the storyline with the girl in the bookstore, like where did that go? Like I'm like, okay, like you just like we needed more of that. Like I mean, there was they tried to fit so many things in, and then the story was going right along, and then you bring in Conor McGregor, and then you just have him walking around, and he added an element like our cartoonish. Like I love that character, but like you said, like he's not ready to act yet. Like just put him in fight scenes, cut his lines down and make him like the fight, the one-on-one. That was great. The bar one, I thought that was one of the best fight scenes I've seen in a while. But outside of that, it was like he shows up and nobody's there, and then next thing you know, he's on a boat and he's like he knows where everybody's at, and I'm like, how did you get here? Like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
Like
that was weird, but then they made it into like a viral meme, so maybe they got it right with that. But it was kind of weird.
Hilarious, dude.
So like I said, there is potential for a sequel here, but like I feel like you felt like with some of the parts, I feel like you tried to add too much to it. Like,
well, it seems like there is going to be a second part because, like,
I hope not.
In the end credits, Conor McGregor like walked out of the hospital or whatever. So I don't know.
I didn't even see that. Honestly, really?
Yeah. There's an end credit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we got another ass scene of him
really?
walking around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny though. He's like messing with some chick in Italy, and he's like, "Okay, see you."
Yeah. Well, Daniel got on my ass because in one of those, like when they hit the boat against the roadhouse and like the guy flies out of there and he's still alive, I'm like, what the hell? And then he's like, you should be the last person talking about any of this, Mr. Fast and Furious. And I just started laughing. I'm like, I've never seen that. Those scenes aren't ridiculous. I'm like, but this one, he literally got thrown out of the boat and he hits on top of the roof and then he's still alive. Like,
like once Conor McGregor came into the movie, it turned into Fast and Furious. You're right. Like that's exactly. And then just to record his comment, true, the bookstore dad and the kid kind of showed up with a couple of stitches after supposedly getting attacked and taken to the hospital. So
I thought they were dead.
Same. Like I'm like, where is this going? So
they made it seem really bad. Like
no, Jorge. Fast 5 is I think the best movie out of all of them. I really like Fast 5. Before we head out, obviously, Dan, did you see this?
What?
Ronda Rousey suffered a concussion after Stephanie McMahon slapped her at Elimination Chamber back in 2010.
No wonder her dumbass got knocked out. She has a glass jaw. Stephanie McMahon, are you shitting me? Get out of here, dude.
Speaking of fire, Stephanie McMahon. Yeah, I don't know. Am I the only one that feels that way?
No,
Hey.
of course not. You know what's
Sure.
another thing? Speaking of which, of why I'm tired of The Rock, this whole final boss thing is so stupid. I've already seen McMahon, the greatest
it.
heel of all time, whatever. It is what it is. Be the authority. I've already seen Stephanie and Triple H be the authority. You know, The Rock to me is just.
By the way,
dude.
did you guys see all the Jabril Peppers tweets today? He's pissed off about the hip drop. He's saying that you might as well just put flags on them, that this is soft and all this
it's
stuff.
Stupid.
So busting with the boys, they said this is going to be the way the NFL tackles next year.
Oh my God.
Hey, Dan, I'm kind of curious from the high school point of view. Like, do you think coaches are gonna start changing the way they teach tackling because of this rule?
No,
Really?
because it hasn't gotten to our level yet. You know, in my opinion, what the NFL is doing, the NFL, like, I get why they do these things in the sense of like they don't want to see their highest cap hit be out 2 to 3 weeks because of an ankle roll, but it's like you're changing the sport in the sense that now it's a bastardized version of it. Like, I don't understand that, you know. And if people notice on social media, what was trending or going up making the rounds was bring back Ray Lewis tackling. And it was like Ray Lewis highlights and everything else. Like, the player safety thing to me, I'm going to say it right now, and this might be a hot take, overrated. I think they've gone out of their way too much to do this. You know, the kickoff's a joke. You know, the extra point's fine, I guess. But the defensive penalties, half of these are a joke. Like, I understand the whole targeting and the head stuff and stuff like that, but it's like sometimes these penalties just because they see, or sometimes these flags are thrown because it seems violent. And it's like, you've already had, and this is the thing that bothers me again, as the NFL, if I have my, executive hat or whatever. Last year, what was the dominating narrative? Full-time referees, these referees are ass, this and that and that. Now what are you going to do? You're going to put them in an even worse position and adding another stupid rule that no one agrees with except the offensive players. Like what are they going to flag it? A 15-yard penalty? Like, what more do offenses want? You already have penalties, I think like 2 that are automatic first downs. Now you have all this manure 15-yard penalties. Like, it's the stupidest thing ever. Like, I don't understand why ever since Ray Lewis, Troy Polamalu, Brian Dawkins, and all these guys retired, the NFL's gone down the tubes, dude. It's like it's getting to the point where it's like the NBA. I can't watch the NBA anymore because it's so soft and so terrible. The NFL's getting real close, dude, because it's just so idiotic. Like, and I thought Richard Sherman or one of them, I can't remember who it was, had the best take. He said, get one of these idiots from the NFL competition committee to go and show us how to tackle properly, because half of these guys are just pencil pushers. They have no idea what's going on. That's why it's all a joke to me. It's stupid.
Before
but
we,
my bad. I'll say one more thing. Sorry.
Hurry up!
Where is the players union? That's what I want to know. Where is the NFLPA? You're supposed to negotiate this stuff. You're supposed to negotiate this stuff for your players whenever the thing happens or whatever else. Like, I don't know when the next, I forgot how it does it with the lockout.
It was like 10 years for a reason. It's not gonna happen for a while.
Well, then they're worse then for settling for this garbage, because what this is probably gonna do? Exactly. They do need a hero.
You should be the new president. They hired one, but you could have been.
I will do it, because I tell them this is manure, because seriously, what's going to happen? We're gonna essentially, what this is going to cause is all the money that would before go to defensive players who are hitting or doing this. You're just going to invest it in offense now. You're going to have random guys out there for half the price, because it's not worth paying top dollar on defense if you can't hit anybody anymore. It's a joke. These defensive players in high school and everything else are going to start turning to offense because they're going to want to get paid.
Dan, did you see Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were fighting?
Who? Oh, did you see the memes?
No, but look at this.
Wait, is this real? I've never seen this.
No. This, somebody put the hat on there, but it says, Travis Kelce, why'd you wear that hat again? I thought Dan would like that one.
Yeah, like when I saw that photo, I was like, that would be me and Roger at dinner. I'd be like, why the F did you make those idiots win 3 times, dude?
Well, I think Dan sees 4th and 25, Derwin James sacks Patrick Mahomes. Oh, but guess what? It was a hip drop tackle.
Guess what, Jim? He put his full weight on him. Ah!
15
Don't do that.
yards.
You don't want to poke Patrick Mahomes. It's the most idiotic thing ever.
All
That's why in
right.
my mind, like, this is such watered down football that none of these players, or maybe a handful, but most of them could not hold the jock strap of Palomalu, Dawkins, Lewis, all these guys from back.
What do you
in
think
the day.
Derwin would play like if he was allowed to be free?
Oh my God, he would kill people.
All right.
Gilbert,
All right,
let it go.
Well, I mean, I'm in
All right,
hyperbole.
let's go.
Hyperbole.
All right.
Hyperbole.
He was late, so he doesn't get his time to talk. But good points though, Dan.
Oh.
We appreciate it.
Oh,
Sign us off, Fernando.
you see what
All right,
happens? He tries to
all
shut
right.
down Nostradamus. Oh, that's crazy. He doesn't.
Let's
like
try
it.
this out. Let's try this out together. 1, 2, 3. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to you.
Cha-cha.
Happy birthday
Birthday
to
to the Stooge.
Cha-cha.
Happy birthday, dear
Gilberto.
Happy
Happy birthday to you.
Hey, thank you. That was terrible, but I appreciate it, guys.
It was terrible, but hey, it'd be
Good
better
effort,
if it
good
was in
effort.
person.
You
Thank
see,
you.
Yeah, yeah.
you see, he doesn't
We're not
appreciate
in sync,
anything.
as you can see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Remember a couple years ago when you gave him a gift? What did he tell you?
Yeah, the scumbag. My birthday was a month ago. Okay, scumbag. Well, I hadn't
Let me
seen
see,
you in a month.
somewhere up. There it is. Picture.
Oh, there it is. Oh, we're not in the shot, but people he's never met in his life are in the shot over there. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
you're-
how that works.
Actually,
All right. Dan,
I've met a couple people back there.
before we head out one last time, happy birthday. Gilberto! So
Thank you.
obviously we appreciate everybody for jumping on. Happy birthday to Gilbert. Don't forget
Shout
to
out.
subscribe to the newsletter. Don't
Shout
forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to tell other people what we're building over here. Make sure you guys go check out all the gear that we have. We have sweatshirts, we have hats, we have shirts, we have stickers, we have
What?
it all. Short, fat, skinny, and tall. We do them all.
Shout out.
Thank you guys so much for again jumping on with us. And Jorge,
Oh,
we
it's
appreciate
happened.
you. We appreciate everybody who jumped in today and made this stream amazing. Dan and Dago and I will be back tomorrow. Dan and Dago and I will be back tomorrow for What's Up Bolts. I don't know. Gilbert, are you guys doing Ram stuff or no?
I don't know. We
It
gotta talk
depends
about
on
it.
if he's hungover or not. We'll
Yeah.
see what.
We'll
what
see.
You know, if he
Gilbert-
had a great night of celebrating, he
Yes.
probably won't be. But but all right. But for the time being, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys. But Gilbert, sabes que vámonos.
Yeah, thank you, fellas, here for the happy birthday wishes, and everybody in the chat for the happy birthday wishes. Anybody who texts me or send me a message, whatever, IG, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is. Jorge, you know what? You gave us money today, and you're shitting on. Sorry, I shouldn't say the word. Fast and the Furious from me, Dan, and Victor. Thank you. Fernando does not appreciate that. We don't really care for that franchise. And pray to
Dan
meet him there. Yeah, Dan cares, and hopefully I survive my
It's like I
spirit
care about baseball.
baseball. Hopefully I survive my spirit flight, and
You
Fernando
like going
survives
and
his
watching
Boeing.
movies just so you can have something to bitch at.
Okay. Anyways, Roadhouse was better than the Fast and the Furious. I could agree with that. But and I'm with Victor. I wouldn't mind a part 2. It wasn't the best. But on that note, let's get the hell out of here. Appreciate the time. Dan, get a clock. Congrats on the job. But ya nos vamos, pues. Vámonos.